The night folds around you like velvet, yet your thoughts sprint down crossroads of what-ifs, aching for the one sign that will end the suspense. Beloved, hush the clatter for a breath and listen. This pause is God's message tonight. You have not been abandoned to puzzle out destiny alone. The Almighty, who steered Abram by starlight and whispered to Elijah beyond quake and flame, draws near to the hush now wrapping your bed. My sheep hear my voice, Jesus assures in John 10, and that promise is unmuted by darkness, distraction, or decision fatigue. Exhale the pressure, inhale the presence, and let the still whispers steady the terrain of your heart. What if the answer you crave has been waiting in the calm you never entered? The shepherd does not shout above your fears, he speaks beneath them. The noise of striving cannot compete with the whisper of grace. In the stillness, your soul remembers, you are not navigating this alone. Feel your breathing lengthen as Psalm 23 drifts across your thoughts. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Restoration does not crash like thunder, it seeps like a quiet river into cracked earth. Pope Leo XV reminds us, the soul that hurries will not hear heaven. Tonight, heaven refuses to compete with the volume of your worries. Lay every branching scenario at the shepherd's feet. Unfinished decisions, looming deadlines, fear of missing his will, and trust that his rod and staff are already steering you through unseen valleys. I refuse fear of missteps. The shepherd guides me even in silence. Even now, he prepares a way where no path seems clear. The fear of choosing wrongly dissolves when you follow the one who sees beyond the moment. Let go of the pressure to map it all out tonight. You don't need every answer. Only trust in the one who never loses his way. A frantic voice may argue, time is slipping, I must choose now. But hear Psalm 91, he shall cover you with his feathers, under his wings you will trust, his truth shall be your shield. Delay beneath those wings is protection, not punishment. The terror of night and the arrows of self-doubt cannot pierce a refuge that spans eternity. Decision grids and pros and cons lists are brittle shields. Your refuge is a person. Place every fearful what-if beneath those feathers and feel authority replace apprehension. Can you surrender both timeline and outcome, believing shielded time is sacred time? What looks like inaction may be God's invitation to stillness, where clarity is born. His protection often comes disguised as pause. In the silence, he rewrites your urgency into wisdom. You are not behind schedule, you are held in holy timing. No delay is wasted when God is the keeper of your hours. Tonight's obedience is not to solve, but to surrender. Let silence become communion rather than emptiness. Inhale to a slow count of 4, whisper God's message. Exhale for 4, whisper stillness. Repeat until the restless chatter loosens its grip. Imagine Elijah on Horeb. Wind shattered rocks, quakes shook ground, fire dazzled eyes, yet only the gentle whisper carried counsel. Let that scene paint your room with holy awe. No storm of uncertainty can drown the voice custom-made for your spirit. Like Elijah, I wait for the gentle voice. I will not decide from panic or urgency. In this hush, you may sense invitations rather than instructions. A quiet nudge to forgive the colleague who misread you. A prompting to rest before polishing your resume again. A glimpse of peace about postponing a move until clarity deepens. Receive these nudges as seeds, not syllabi. They are not demands, they are beginnings. Promise God your listening ear at dawn, and he will amplify the whisper when the soil of your soul is rested. Keep a journal by your pillow tonight. When you wake, write any trace of guidance, a dream, a phrase, a feeling, before the day's noise returns. Test it against scripture and wise counsel. If shadows of regret still linger, let Psalm 139 comfort you. Even the night will shine like day, for darkness is as light to you. Your mistakes are visible to mercy, not condemnation. If fear of the future tightens your chest, Rest in Isaiah 30:15. In returning and rest you shall be saved. In quietness and trust shall be your strength. Now speak this aloud as your covenant of rest. Father, I renounce frantic striving. I nestle beneath the wings of Psalm 91. I follow the shepherd of Psalm 23. I welcome your whisper above every worry. Wrap my decisions in your wing. Write wisdom into my dreams. Let tomorrow's steps echo tonight's stillness. I breathe in your nearness. I breathe out my need to control. In Jesus' name, amen. Sleep, beloved. Heaven is not silent. It is precise. The hand that cups galaxies also cups your decisions. Night deepens around you, yet the hush of Elijah's vigil on Mount Horeb stirs within your spirit like wind at the cave's edge. He had seen fire fall and still trembled at the edge of uncertainty, just as you do now. Crowded calendars, layered choices, the fear that one wrong move could fracture God's plan. But tonight is not about solving, it's about surrendering. Let the cadence of Psalm 23 slow your pulse as the shepherd leads you behind the noise to still pastures. Psalm 91 hovers above, declaring that even the terror prowling at night cannot penetrate the sanctuary of stillness. This is not a summons to strive, but a divine permission to breathe. Heaven is scripting clarity in the silence you now receive. Close your eyes, beloved. Let every restless thought bow to the breath of the Spirit. What begins here is not a pause in motion. It is sacred guidance slipping into your soul like light through dawn's curtain. Picture Elijah pressing his ear into the silence, seeking not thunder or quake, but the quiet rustle of divine presence. That same shepherd's whisper calls to you now. Decision fatigue dissolves when striving yields to sacred listening. Lisa Bevere reminds us, wisdom often arrives as a seed, not a spotlight. So plant it tonight by being present. Your mattress becomes green pasture, your blanket soft water. Your breath, the stream that restores your soul. You are not lost, you are led. Every path unseen to you is vivid to him. Psalm 91's wings shield you from arrows of hurry, lions of fear, serpents of doubt. Let each inhale draw in peace, each exhale release pressure. The path forward will unfurl like dawn when the darkness has done its quiet work. What you fear missing, God has already prepared. His presence precedes you, and in the stillness, your soul remembers what it forgot in the noise. You are not alone. Emotion is not the enemy of spiritual clarity. It is the doorway. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that acknowledging your emotions, fear, confusion, weariness, without shame, creates space for divine encounter. Picture each one like a child tugging at Jesus' robe. He turns, kneels, and listens. This is not performance, it's communion. Jakes reminds us that destiny speaks in whispers and only those who pause in the desert hear it. Resist the world's rhythm of urgency. Even Pope Leo Chorus cautioned that a hurried soul misplaces heaven's compass. Tonight, your momentum is measured in heartbeats, not headlines. Lay your burdens like stones at the mouth of your cave and let the divine presence stand watch. You need not push doors open in your sleep. By morning, you'll discover that some paths cleared themselves, not through striving, but through sacred stillness. This is the quiet miracle of trust that doesn't demand evidence, only presence. Shift now from inner monologue to holy dialogue. Inhale Psalm 91, exhale Psalm 23. He will cover you with his feathers, you breathe in. He restores my soul, you breathe out. Let repetition soften the ridges of your mind. This is not empty ritual, it is a scripture-rooted prayer anchoring peace deeper than fear. Visualize the shepherd walking ahead into tomorrow's shadows, lantern raised, voice steady. His message in each step: follow, don't force. The valley of uncertainty cannot stall the one who maps mountains. Dreams may stir, some messages, some just the soul rinsing yesterday's dust. If wakefulness returns, revisit the feathers, return to still waters, and let peace rekindle its quiet flame. Guidance gathers in silence, in the warmth of surrender. You are not being overlooked, you are being aligned. God moves not at the pace of pressure, but at the pace of purpose. Rest now in that rhythm. Ask yourself gently, what noise have I confused for necessity? What whisper have I overlooked because it didn't match my urgency? Don't accuse, just listen. Curiosity is the first spark of transformation. Affirm in your breath Isaiah 41:10, I will not fear, for God upholds me. Affirm Romans 8:28, even delays are weaving good for me. Speak Psalm 91 over your pillow. No terror of night will steal this rest. Let truth drip into your nervous system like healing oil. Decision fatigue loosens when identity in Christ tightens. You are not auditioning for direction, you are inheriting it. As Pope Leo the Cantor counseled, heaven's map unfolds at the pace of love, not anxiety. Receive it tonight, not as a full itinerary, but as a sealed letter waiting for dawn's light. Let peace do the work that pressure never could. Let peace do the work that pressure never could. The shepherd never loses the trail, and neither will you. Before sleep takes full hold, commit to one sacred rhythm. At sunrise, resist the urge to search the world for certainty. Instead, speak Psalm 23 and Psalm 91 aloud. Write down the first gentle thought that surfaces, a phrase, a prayer, a picture. That thought is not random, it is the continuation of tonight's whisper. Let morning prayer become night prayer's echo at her peace. Text someone the verse that steadied you, or speak today's message over someone else still pacing with decision. Let your life become a river of stillness others can drink from. And now, breathe once more and bless your own journey. I trust the whisper. I rest under wings. I walk when he calls. Good night, beloved. Heaven leans in closer than dreams, and guidance will rise with the sun. The shepherd has already chosen the trail. Night falls, soft and sacred, and heaven leans in, not to demand answers, but to relieve you of the weight to figure it all out. You've prayed, journaled, pleaded for signs, but the silence lingers. Beloved, what if the silence is not absence but invitation? A sacred pause where clarity is cultivated, not rushed. Psalm 91 promises you need not fear the terror by night, not because the night is empty of worry, but because God's presence forms your unseen refuge. You are not forgotten. You are not left to decide blindly. Psalm 23 reminds you, He leads me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. You are not lost, you are led. Wrap that promise around your heart tonight like a blanket. You don't have to know the destination. You only have to rest in the presence of the shepherd who already does. The night isn't punishment, it's preparation. Let go, breathe deep, and trust that even this stillness is part of the journey He is leading you through. Inside you hums a restless ache to hear God's voice more clearly. Maybe you've whispered into the dark, Lord, just tell me what to do. But the Father doesn't shout over noise, He waits for stillness. His voice doesn't strive for your attention, it waits for your surrender. John 10 assures you that His sheep know His voice. That includes you. You're not disqualified. You're simply being retrained to listen differently in a world addicted to urgency and volume. The silence isn't a void. It's a holy whisper. Like Elijah stepping outside the cave after the wind, quake, and fire, you too must pause for the soundless murmur that carries the clarity you've been chasing. This isn't abandonment, it's alignment. You don't have to manufacture answers, you just have to become still enough to hear them. Reflection question. What noise are you willing to surrender tonight so God's whisper doesn't have to compete for your attention anymore? Let the rhythm of Psalm 23 begin to guide your body toward rest. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. This is more than poetry, it's prescription. When choices feel too heavy and direction feels too distant, the shepherd asks only one thing: lie down. He knows the terrain. You don't need the map, you need the guide. Christian therapist Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that the body and spirit work together. Stress speaks through our posture, our breath, our tension. So tonight, let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw unclench. Let your thoughts be held instead of hurried. God isn't waiting for your analysis. He's waiting for your trust. The message he is whispering now is this: I am here. Be still. I will speak. When striving ceases, the voice of the shepherd rises. What you think you must decide in exhaustion, he will direct through peace. Every hour you've spent cycling through pros and cons, God has spent guarding you. Psalm 91:5 says, You shall not fear the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day. Decision fatigue is not a sign you're unfit, it's a signal to rest. Pope Leo XIII once said, A soul that hurries cannot hear heaven. And tonight, heaven refuses to compete with your anxiety. You don't need another sign, you need sacred silence. Not the empty kind, but the kind that fills the room with God's nearness. You are not missing your moment, you're simply being shielded until your soul is ready to receive. Let the fear of missteps fall away under his wings. In the shelter of that stillness, you will know what to do, not from pressure, but from peace. Every delay, every quiet moment is an act of divine protection, shaping your discernment from the inside out. If worry returns like a whisper in the dark, respond with breath and word. Breathe in slowly. He restores my soul. Breathe out gently. I dwell in the secret place of the Most High. Let Psalm 91 be your shield. Let Psalm 23 become your rhythm. Let John 10 guide your confidence. His whisper doesn't outline the whole journey. It simply says, this way. You don't need to rush when you're already being led. Let God's word wrap around your nervous system until your heart believes what your mouth is saying. This is not about controlling tomorrow. It's about surrendering tonight. Scripture isn't a checklist, it's a compass. Trust that even in the quiet, the shepherd is near, and clarity is coming. I am not afraid of the night. God surrounds me with peace. Psalm 91:5. The shepherd leads me even when I don't feel movement. Psalm 23:3. His whisper is enough for my next step. John 10:4. What decision have I tried to force that God may be asking me to rest in? 2. What if not knowing right now is part of how he's guiding me? 3. Can I let silence be a form of trust tonight? Before sleep, write this in your journal. I believe you are guiding me, even in silence. Then send a message to someone else who may feel lost. Let tonight's whisper in your soul become the echo of comfort in theirs. Good night, dear soul. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are held by a shepherd who never loses his way. Rest deeply under Psalm 91. Wake ready to walk with Psalm 23. There is a moment just before sleep takes over, when the body releases and the soul begins to hear what the day drowned out. This is the sacred threshold. You've crossed oceans of decision fatigue, walked long corridors of spiritual confusion, and stood before closed doors, wondering if you missed God's will. But beloved, you are not forsaken. You are being gently led. Psalm 23:3 whispers, He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for His name's sake. And that leadership is often quiet, tender, and slower than your urgency desires. Tonight's night prayer is not a searchlight, it's a candle. The shepherd never rushes a soul he loves. He walks ahead, steady and certain, even when you cannot yet see his path. His timing is not late, it's intentional. Let your striving settle. You're not behind, you're being prepared. In the hush of night, God is not absent. He's present in the pause, working in the unseen, whispering in the waiting. Pope Leo the Covener once said, The soul that hurries will not hear heaven. And his words echo now like a soft bell over your spirit. Every anxious breath you took today, every what if and should I have, has been gathered and wrapped in mercy. The silence you fear is not abandonment. It's invitation, an invitation to slow down, to listen differently, to release the need for neon signs when you've been offered sacred whispers. The fear of choosing wrongly shouts, but God's whisper is steadier. I am with you, even here, even now, even in the quiet. John 10:4 assures, my sheep hear my voice. That includes you. His voice doesn't compete with the noise. It waits for stillness. You are not being tested. You are being trained to recognize peace. This isn't confusion, it's calibration. The shepherd is closer than your worry. His whisper is your way forward. Let Psalm 91 wash over you now. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. These are not poetic words, they are protection. You don't need instant clarity, you need a shield. You are not called to perform, you are invited to trust. The terrors of night, the spiraling thoughts, the lingering regret, the uncertainty, lose their grip when you rest beneath divine feathers. Feel your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. This bed is not just furniture, it's holy ground. Your breath becomes a liturgy, your heartbeat a drumbeat of surrender. This is more than a bedtime routine. This is your sanctuary. Your soul is not required to sprint tonight. It is allowed to simply be held. D.D. Jakes reminds us that God often trains us for silence so we can hear the deeper register of His truth. Not every answer arrives wrapped in certainty. Some truths form behind the veil, shaped by faith long before they're seen. Tonight, faith is enough. Your confusion is not failure, it's formation. The shepherd is not puzzled, he sees every angle. You can't. You're becoming someone who hears God through peace, not panic. Isaiah 15, Isaiah 36. Lisa Bevere says clarity is born in stillness, and tonight that stillness is not empty, it's fertile. Not everything is delayed, some things are simply maturing. Delay is not denial, it's design, and you are being refined in its unfolding. Breathe a sacred rhythm. Inhale, He restores my soul. Exhale, I will not fear the night. Let that rhythm repeat until the scripture moves from lips to bones. This is Christian meditation for sleep. Not a method, but a surrender. You are not trying to earn stillness, you are receiving it. You are not solving your life tonight, you are surrendering it to the one who walks tomorrow's path with light in his hand. Imagine him ahead of you, carving the path with each quiet step, whispering, follow, don't force. Some dreams are not maps. They're the mist that prepares the ground. Let them float by without fear. Return to your feathers, your still waters, and rest. Ask gently, what if God's voice is present already, just softer than I expected? Can I receive rest tonight without resolution? What would it feel like to release fear of missing His will? Let those questions sit like candles on your nightstand. Let Isaiah 41:10 breathe over you. I will not fear. God upholds me with His righteous right hand. Let Romans 8:28 remind you, all things, even this silence, are working together for good. Let Psalm 91 blanket you. No terror of night can overpower the presence of God. You are not auditioning for divine direction. You are already held by it. Place your hand over your heart and say aloud, God, I trust your whisper more than my worry. I rest in you tonight. Then share this night prayer with someone else who is wrestling with overthinking. Let the whisper that soothed you become someone else's light. Sleep is not an interruption, it's a divine appointment. The shepherd is still near, the whisper still speaks, and tomorrow's guidance will rise like the sun over still waters. Rest now, beloved. You are not lost, you are led. Tonight, before we go any further, let us pause together in sacred compassion. Lord, we lift to you all those who suffer in silence. The innocent caught in violence, the families torn by fear, the children robbed of peace. We do not come with politics or opinions, only with hearts that ache for mercy. Cover the hurting with your gentleness. Let your spirit flow into places where hatred has silenced laughter and hope. Shine peace where light has been stolen. Bind up every wounded soul and remind the world that you are the God who sees, heals, and restores. May love replace fear, and may justice arise, not by the force of man, but by the breath of your spirit. Amen. Now, beloved soul, return to your own stillness. You've carried the weight of decision-making far too long. Your heart is tired, not from lack of faith, but from the pressure to always know. But God says, I am not hiding, I am hovering. I lead in quiet ways. You are not directionless. You are being taught to follow without forcing. Psalm 23:2-3 invites you into restoration, not hustle. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me in paths of righteousness. You don't have to find the path. You are already on it if your hand is in His. And if your hand feels empty tonight, His grip on you has not loosened. He is still leading. We often seek clarity in signs or supernatural confirmations, but God's answers are frequently clothed in subtle peace. If your next step brings a sense of stillness rather than stress, that stillness is likely the answer. Psalm 91:5 assures you will not fear the terror of the night, not because night is harmless, but because the God who made it also protects you within it. Even sleep becomes spiritual warfare when done in faith. Rest is not passive. It is resistance against anxiety. It is an act of trust. While you sleep, God works. While you surrender, He clears the fog. This night is not wasted. It is being woven into your guidance. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches us that emotional tension is not a sign of failure, but a sacred alert system. That ache in your chest or that tightness in your jaw may be your soul begging for stillness, not more striving. Christian meditation for sleep begins here, not with solutions, but with surrender. Tonight, gently tell your soul, you are safe to pause. You are free to not know. Even in the valley of confusion, the shepherd's voice remains steady, and the quieter your spirit becomes, the clearer His whisper sounds. Peace becomes the interpreter of His will when logic falls silent. Let us breathe together now. Inhale, God is with me. Exhale, I shall not want. Again, inhale, peace. Exhale, striving. Repeat this rhythm until your thoughts settle like snow in stillness. Wrap Psalm 91 around you as a blanket. Under His wings you will find refuge. You are not late. You have not missed it. Confusion has not canceled your calling. In fact, confusion has often the curtain that precedes revelation. Pope Leo II once said, "It is the waiting soul that most resembles Christ." You're not stalled. You're becoming more like Him. D.D. Jakes reminds us that maturity in faith looks like walking through fog with confidence, not in ourselves, but in the one who leads us. You don't have to see the entire road. You just need to hear the gentle tap of the shepherd's staff ahead. Trust does not require full visibility, only full surrender. Tonight, trade the hunger for clarity for the gift of trust. You are not alone in the silence. You are not forgotten in the waiting. You are being led, even now. Have I mistaken silence for abandonment instead of invitation? Am I willing to rest without resolution? What if God's greatest direction tonight is, stay still, let me guide. Even in silence, God speaks through peace. Psalm 23:3. I am not afraid of the night, for His wings are my shield. Psalm 91:5. I do not lead myself, He leads me. John 10:4. Before sleep fully takes you, place your hand over your heart and say aloud, God, I release the pressure to decide. I trust you are guiding me even now. I choose stillness over striving. Then send this prayer to someone else drowning in overthinking. Let the whisper multiply. Sleep is not an escape, it is a divine appointment. The shepherd is nearer than breath. His whisper still speaks, and tomorrow's guidance will rise like light over calm waters. Rest now, beloved, not as a break from pressure, but as a return to trust. Night presses gently on your chest, and the weight of a dozen decisions circles like birds in a storm. What if I choose wrong? What if I miss God's voice? The questions grow louder as the room grows quieter. Yet, beloved, this silence is not your foe. It is your sanctuary. Psalm 23 does not say, "He pushes me." It whispers, "He leads me," lovingly, unhurried. Even now, the shepherd leads you into the hush, not away from it. You have not lost direction. You are in the valley where spiritual hearing sharpens. The fear of a wrong move melts beneath this truth. The shepherd accounts for your detours and still brings you home. Psalm 91 promises refuge from invisible pressure. He shall cover you with his feathers. Picture yourself beneath wings broad enough to shelter the storm, soft enough to soothe your sorrow. The stillness you dread may be the space where God is crafting clarity. You are not off course. You're just being quieted so you can hear. God's message tonight is mercy, not mystery. Mercy for the weary mind, mercy for the anxious heart, mercy for the soul striving to be perfect. Lisa Bevere reminds us that God speaks loudest in peace, not peace that denies reality, but peace that rises above it. Ask which path carries stillness, not ease or applause. That is the whisper. Not all voices in your head are his, nor does every open door mean go. The enemy traffics in urgency. The shepherd speaks in calm. Dr. Anita Phillips calls tension an alert, not a failure. That tightness in your chest may be your soul's plea for stillness. Answer it. You are safe to pause. You are free not to know. Your bed becomes holy ground, your breathing a liturgy. Every exhale dismantles fear. Every inhale welcomes presence. Even in the valley of confusion, the shepherd's voice remains steady. And the quieter your spirit becomes, the clearer his whisper sounds. Tonight is less about deciding and more about dwelling. Learn more at Close Your Eyes. Inhale, he restores my soul. Exhale, I will not fear the night. Feel scripture shift from checklist to blanket. Let your heart become a manger again, the quiet cradle where the word takes flesh. Christian meditation for sleep begins with surrender. While you sleep, God works. While you rest, he clears the fog. Confusion is often the veil that precedes revelation. Delay is the womb of direction. Pope Leo the Cowtree once said, "The waiting soul resembles Christ." Waiting is not punishment, it's preparation. Imagine the shepherd ahead, lantern lifted, footsteps carving follow. Don't force into the path, dreams may come. Let them rinse yesterday's dust rather than dictate tomorrow's plan. Should wakefulness return, retreat beneath feathers in still waters until calm rekindles its glow. Sleep is not an escape, it is a divine appointment. Not every voice is his, not every stirring means move. If your next step brings stillness, that stillness is the answer. Have I mistaken silence for rejection rather than invitation? If God guides through peace, how can I honor stillness tonight? Can this season of quiet become my deepest trust? He leads me, he never pushes me. Psalm 23:3. I am sheltered from fear and confusion. Psalm 91 verse 4-5. His whisper brings peace, not panic. John 10 verse 4. Whisper before sleep. Father, I trust you even in silence. I rest beneath your wing and pass this prayer to someone overwhelmed. Let the peace you receive become their turning point. D.D. Jakes reminds us that maturity in faith looks like walking through fog with confidence, not in ourselves, but in the one who leads us. You don't have to see the entire road. You just need to hear the gentle tap of the shepherd's staff ahead. Trust does not require full visibility, only full surrender. Tonight, trade the hunger for clarity for the gift of trust. You are not alone in the silence. You are not forgotten in the waiting. You are being led, even now. Before sleep fully takes you, place your hand over your heart and say aloud, God, I release the pressure to decide. I trust you are guiding me even now. I choose stillness over striving. The shepherd is nearer than breath. His whisper still speaks. and tomorrow's guidance will rise like light over calm waters. Sleep now, not delayed but designed. You are exactly where you need to be, safe, still, and seen. You've spent the whole day sorting thoughts like scattered puzzle pieces, hoping one of them would click into place and reveal your next step. But now, the noise is fading. The deadlines are behind you, and in the hush of this sacred night, a different kind of guidance is waiting. One that doesn't arrive with urgency, but with understanding. God's voice doesn't crash through your chaos. It arrives like still water. Psalm 23 says, "He leadeth me beside the still waters, and still waters don't shout, they reflect." That's what your soul is doing now, reflecting in the quiet. You are not off course. You're not late. You're simply entering the valley where hearing sharpens. The shepherd has not abandoned you. You are leading gently. You are not missing his will. You're beginning to recognize how softly he speaks. You don't need another sign. You need sacred stillness, the kind that doesn't demand clarity but invites trust. His whisper still speaks. You are safe here. Beneath all your confusion is something holy, the desire to please God. But fear can twist that desire until it sounds like pressure. Don't miss it. Don't mess it up. That is not truth. That is torment. Psalm 91 breaks it apart. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. That includes the terror of making the wrong choice, of mishearing God, of never knowing for sure. Your shepherd does not whisper only to the flawless. He whispers to the willing, and you are willing. You are listening. That is enough. The ache beneath your uncertainty is not rebellion. It's reverence. The shepherd accounts for every detour. He knows how to guide you back even when your steps falter. Picture his feathers now, stretching wide over your thoughts, strong enough to break the storm, soft enough to cradle your sighs. His presence doesn't pressure, it covers. You are not behind, you are held. Pope Leo VII said, "The hurried soul loses heaven's voice," and tonight heaven's voice is not in the noise, it's in your breath. Inhale, peace. Exhale, pressure. John 10:4 reminds us he goes before them, and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. You know his voice, but maybe you've been listening for thunder, and he's been speaking through stillness. This isn't absence, it's presence. Christian meditation for sleep isn't just silence, it's sacred surrender. Every breath that releases worry becomes an act of worship. Every letting go is obedience. Lisa Bevere teaches that God often silences the noise before he reveals the next step. That's why you're here. Delay is not denial, it's design. Confusion is often the prelude to clarity. And what seems like stillness is really God's steady hand preparing you for what's next. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to be here. Be still. Be held. What if the quiet isn't a void but a sanctuary? Could it be that God is guiding you even when you can't see it? What might shift in your soul if you stopped striving and started stilling? The shepherd leads me gently and without confusion. Psalm 23:3. I am safe under his wings even in my indecision. Psalm 91 verses 4-5. His whisper is clear enough for me to follow. John 10 verse 4. Write this prayer before sleep. God, I trust the stillness. I know you lead me even here. Keep it close as a shield against fear. Then pass it on to someone who feels lost, someone overwhelmed by choices. Let your trust steady theirs. You don't need a spotlight to know the next step. You only need surrender. God sees your heart. He hears even the silent prayers. And he answers in peace. Sleep now, not as one uncertain, but as one led. The shepherd goes before you. His whisper will meet you in the morning. You are not lost. You are being guided, moment by sacred moment. You wake often in the night, not because your body needs relief, but because your soul keeps searching. The house is still, but within you the questions swirl like a wind that refuses to settle. What if I've missed it? What if I choose wrong? What if God is silent? These are not rebellious questions. They are the groanings of a heart that longs to obey but feels lost in the dark. And yet, in this midnight moment, there is no rebuke, only a sacred invitation. Psalm 23:3 gently reminds you, "He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake." The path is his, the pace is his, and the pressure is not yours to carry. He is not urging you to sprint ahead or decode a mystery. He is walking before you, preparing the way, asking only that you trust the steps, not control them. You are not behind, you are simply being guided at the speed of grace. Psalm 91 offers deeper comfort. "Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night." That includes the quieter terrors, regret, confusion, the dread that divine silence means divine absence. But God's silence is not distance. It's often the canvas where he begins his next masterpiece. And that canvas cannot be cluttered by anxious strokes. The shepherd isn't pushing you to perform. He's inviting you to pause. His message is calm and unwavering. "You are not alone. I am whispering direction. Listen, not with strain, but with stillness." In this sacred quiet, his voice doesn't shout. It soothes. You are not being punished by the pause. You are being prepared by it. Let the silence become sanctuary. We often confuse obedience with perfection. We think it's about flawless decisions and visible confirmations. But what if obedience begins not with certainty, but surrender? What if your willingness to listen, even when clarity hides, proves your heart is already aligned with heaven? Pope Leo XIII once said, "Obedience is the music of the soul when it trusts without map or clock." Tonight, your soul is playing that quiet music. You may not have all the answers, but your posture of trust is already worshipped. God sees that, he honors it, and he guides it, gently, faithfully, right on time. You don't have to make it all make sense. You only have to stay near. Let this be your rhythm tonight. Inhale and whisper, "God leads me." Exhale and whisper, "I trust his timing." Again and again. Let each breath become a gate through which fear cannot follow. You are not falling behind. You are not off track. You are simply in the waiting room of wisdom, and waiting is not weakness. Lisa Bevere teaches that stillness isn't a pause in your purpose. It's where the roots grow deep. Even Jesus withdrew to quiet places when decisions loomed. Shouldn't we do the same? Your night prayer is not passive. It's the soil where divine clarity grows. Trust that the shepherd is not late. He is intentional. Can I believe that God is guiding even when I feel no movement? Am I willing to trade control for communion with the shepherd? What would shift if I trusted the quiet as much as I fear it? God leads me in righteousness, not randomness. Psalm 23:3. I will not fear confusion in the night. I am covered. Psalm 91:5. The voice I need to hear is already going before me. John chapter 10 verse 4. Before you close your eyes, place your hand over your heart and whisper, "God, I release the fear of missing you. I receive the peace of following you." Write it down if you can. Then think of one person who feels uncertain. Send them this prayer. Let your surrender become their strength. Now rest, not as one who is unsure, but as one who is led. You do not need to figure out the whole path tonight. The shepherd has gone before you. He never sleeps, never stumbles, and his whisper is enough. And so are you. You wake again, not from discomfort, but from a deeper hunger your heart can't name. The room is quiet, but your soul is noisy, whispering questions into the dark. What if I already missed it? What if I never figure it out? These aren't doubts. They are the ache of someone who wants to obey, but is weary from trying to interpret whispers and still. There is no condemnation here, only a gentle invitation. Psalm 23:3 says, "He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake." The path is not yours to build. The pace is not yours to push. The pressure is not yours to carry. The shepherd isn't watching from a distance, waiting to correct you. He's walking ahead, preparing each step, whispering not with urgency, but with peace. Psalm 91 holds you even deeper. You shall not be afraid of the terror by night. That includes the quiet fears, second-guessing, what-ifs, and the dread that maybe God isn't speaking at all. But silence doesn't mean absence. Sometimes silence is sacred, a canvas untouched, waiting for the first stroke of divine direction. Rushing would only smudge what heaven is painting. His quietness is not indifference, it is the soil where trust takes root. He whispers, "You are not alone." I'm leading, not through noise, but through knowing. Be still and receive. Let that become your rhythm tonight. Breathe in slowly, God leads me. Breathe out, I trust His timing. Again and again. Each breath builds a gate where fear yields to faith, where striving bows to surrender. We often think obedience requires certainty, that we must choose perfectly or risk missing God. But obedience begins with surrender, not strategy. Your willingness to listen, even here in the dark, is already holy. Pope Leo Capitolius said, "Obedience is the music of the soul when it trusts without map or clock." You don't need a map tonight, you need presence, and God sees that presence in you. He honors your desire to follow, even when the road feels invisible. Your listening is proof of your alignment. You're not failing, you're forming, not lost, just learning, not behind, just becoming. Let this moment settle in your chest like peace returning home. The shepherd is not demanding more clarity from you. He's offering more closeness. Lisa Bevere reminds us that God often removes noise before revealing the next step. So if this night feels silent, it may be sacred. Stillness is not a pause in your purpose. It's where the roots grow deep. You are not outside of God's will. You are in the waiting room of His wisdom, the place where direction becomes desire and desire becomes devotion. You don't have to force the way forward. Just stay near to the one who goes before you. Anchor yourself tonight to John 10:4. He goes before them and the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. He is ahead of you, not behind, not indifferent, but tenderly leading. Even Jesus withdrew to quiet places before major decisions. You are not retreating, you are returning. Returning to the place where divine clarity grows in silence. This moment is not empty, it is expectant. And as you lie here, hand on your heart, whisper, "God, I release the fear of missing you. I receive the peace of following you." Write it down if you can. Then share it with someone who feels lost. Let your surrender steady theirs. Can I believe God is guiding even when I don't feel movement? 2. Am I willing to trade control for communion with the shepherd? 3. What would change if I trusted the quiet as much as I fear it? God leads me in righteousness, not randomness. Psalm 23:3. I will not fear confusion in the night. I am covered. Psalm 91:5. The voice I need is already ahead of me, making the way clear. John chapter 10, verse 4. Now breathe. The shepherd neither sleeps nor stumbles. His voice does not shout, it steadies. His plan does not rush, it restores. You're not late. You're not lost. You're being led, and that is enough. You've tried to stay calm, tried to trust the process, but your heart still pulses with quiet desperation. What if I get it wrong? That question, subtle yet sharp, has shadowed your choices and stolen your sleep. But tonight, God whispers something better. You are not responsible for knowing everything, only for staying close to me. No formulas, no pressure, just nearness. John 10:4 says the shepherd walks ahead and the sheep follow, not because they see the path, but because they know the sound of his presence. And presence does not rush, it reassures. You are not behind, you are not off course. You are simply being invited into a deeper kind of faith, the kind that trusts a whisper more than a map. Psalm 23 reminds us, "He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul." Stillness isn't achieved through striving, it is received through surrender. Let your body follow that posture now. Release the weight of every decision, every delay, every imagined detour. You were never designed to carry direction alone. Let it fall from your shoulders like armor that no longer fits. Pope Leo the Cow Tortoise once said, "The hurried soul mistakes every breeze for a sign and every delay for abandonment." But you are not abandoned. You are being gently held in a pace that protects. Psalm 91 declares, "He shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways." Even in indecision, you are guarded. Even in uncertainty, you are seen. There is not a single moment where his eyes have left you or his hands have grown tired. So let this night mark a shift. Let it be the night you stop scanning for flashing signs and start listening for sacred stillness. Lisa Bevere reminds us, God does not always confirm with volume. He confirms with peace. If a decision brings panic, pause. If it brings peace, proceed slowly. But no matter what, stay close to the shepherd. Meditation tonight is not about silencing your thoughts. It's about filling them with his nearness. Inhale, I am not alone. Exhale, God's whisper is enough. Again and again. Let each breath be an act of trust, a releasing of fear, a return to rest. You don't need a spotlight from heaven. You need the gentle conviction that God will confirm or correct, but he will never abandon. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that decision-making becomes destructive when driven by anxiety instead of intimacy. And maybe that's what tonight is really about. Not answers, but affection. Not clarity, but connection. You are not a servant trying to pass a test. You are a child being led home. Even if your next step isn't perfect, the shepherd is perfect, and he can redeem any road. Romans 8:28 isn't fragile. It holds every turn and every delay. This is not a test you can fail. This is a relationship you can trust. What if I've been waiting for a yes when God is asking for trust? Can I let peace, not pressure, become my guide? Am I willing to follow the shepherd without seeing the full path? He gives his angels charge over me. I am never unprotected. Psalm 91:11. God leads me beside still waters, not chaos. Psalm 23:2. His sheep follow him because they know his voice. John 10:4. Before you sleep, whisper aloud, God, I release the fear of getting it wrong. I choose to follow your peace. Write it down and place it where morning will find it. Then send this prayer to someone else who's struggling. Let your surrender speak peace over their storm. Sleep now, not because the plan is crystal clear, but because the one who holds the plan is near. You are led, not lost. You are guarded, not guessing. The shepherd still speaks, and his whisper will meet you again in the morning. You've spent so much time asking, God, just tell me what to do. But tonight, shift that question. Lord, help me recognize your voice. What if the direction you crave is already here, just softer than your fear? Psalm 91 promises you are protected from the terrors of night, and one of the most subtle is spiritual confusion. The panic that you might miss God's will or ruin your future with one wrong step. Let that fear melt. Under his wings there is no condemnation, only covering. God is not hiding from you. He is drawing you near, not with thunder, but with a whisper. You are not being tested. You are being tuned. And tuning takes stillness. Psalm 23 offers a divine ardor. He makes me lie down. He leads me beside still waters. First he stills you, then he leads you. Rest is not what happens once you understand. It's what makes understanding possible. The shepherd walks ahead. You are not called to solve tonight, only to slow down enough to hear the soft rhythm of grace. Christian meditation for sleep isn't just silence, it's sacred frequency training. It's how your soul begins to hear again. Lisa Bevere says clarity is born in communion, not chaos, and communion starts here, with your spirit stretched out at the feet of peace. No performance, no pressure, just presence. When panic creeps in, it often comes disguised as urgency, but urgency is rarely from God. Peace is. The shepherd doesn't rush you, he invites you. His pace is healing, his voice is familiar. John 10:4 tells us the sheep follow not because they see everything clearly, but because they know his voice. You're not being asked to map the whole journey, just to stay close enough to the one who knows it. Picture a quiet field at dawn, mist still hovering over the ground, and the shepherd already awake, walking ahead. You don't need certainty to follow, you just need connection. Panic drives, peace leads. Let that become your new discernment. E.D. Jakes reminds us that obedience often precedes understanding. We want full clarity before we commit, but God works through surrender, not strategy. Maybe the reason you feel stuck is not that God is silent, but that He's waiting for your spirit to be still enough to receive without resistance. Tonight is not about discovering every answer. It's about remembering one truth. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are being gently, faithfully led. Each quiet choice realigns you to heaven's pace. Each breath becomes a gate through which fear exits and faith enters. Pope Leo the Catapult once wrote that discernment is not about finding paths, but about becoming the kind of soul that can recognize them. Every time you choose peace over panic, quiet over noise, you become that kind of soul. You are not being left behind. You are being rooted deeper. In stillness, roots grow. In stillness, even the faintest whisper becomes unmistakable. This is not a delay, it's a holy pause for something deeper to emerge. Have I sought answers more than I've sought His presence? What if the way forward begins with lying down, not leaping ahead? Am I willing to release urgency and rest in being gently led? The shepherd leads me to stillness before he leads me forward. Psalm 23:2. Under his wings I am safe from fear and confusion. Psalm 91:4. Before sleep, place your hand on your heart and whisper, Lord, I may not know what to do next, but I know how to rest in you. Write that down somewhere, you'll see it at dawn. Then think of someone else who's pacing for answers. Send this prayer their way. Be the gentle reminder they didn't know they needed. Now rest, not to escape the uncertainty, but to find strength inside it. The shepherd is near. His whisper is enough. And so are you. Tonight you've come to the edge of yourself, not in failure, but in surrender. You've prayed the same prayer with different words, asked the same question from every angle. God, what do you want me to do? And now, in the hush of this sacred night, His answer doesn't thunder. It whispers. Psalm 91 hushes your fears like a lullaby. He shall cover you with His feathers. You will not fear the terror of the night. That terror often hides in the dread of making a wrong choice. But what if the shepherd's greatest gift isn't clarity, but peace in the unknowing? That's where trust begins, not in certainty, but in surrender. He is not distant, He is near, and He speaks in stillness. Psalm 23 shows us that God's guidance doesn't come through frantic urgency, but through holy presence. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. Still waters don't rush. They reflect. They invite you to slow down, to notice, to breathe. You don't need to see the whole path to be safe. You need to know who is walking with you. John 10:4 assures us, He goes before them and the sheep follow Him. He's already in the moment you're anxious about, already making a way. This night prayer is your reset from striving, your rest from pressure. You don't need to solve. You only need to follow. Dr. Anita Phillips reminds us that anxiety often clings to decisions when we believe our value is tied to outcomes. But your worth has never been on trial with God. He chose you in love. He speaks to you in love. He guides you in love. You are not being tested, you are being held. Inhale, I am not lost. Exhale, God is leading me. You don't earn answers, you receive them. And sometimes, the space between question and clarity is where your soul gets under the covering of His wings. You are safe, even when the way isn't clear. Pope Leo XXVI once said, "The anxious soul cannot hear the whisper that opens heaven's gate." So tonight, release urgency. Let your spirit slow until the whisper rises above the noise. You may not get the full answer tonight, but you can receive peace, and sometimes peace is the answer. You are not late, you are not behind. You are being led beside still waters into deeper wisdom. Even if tonight's step is simply to rest, it is still obedience. Psalm 91 continues, "He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways, even the ones you haven't chosen yet." Lisa Bevere says, "Discernment sharpens in silence, so let this quiet become your sanctuary. Lay down the planner, silence the inner critic. Let your heart grow tender enough to hear the shepherd's footsteps. Maybe tomorrow He'll speak with detail, but tonight He speaks with tenderness, and that is enough. The shepherd is not in a rush. He's not measuring your worth by how fast you decide. He's teaching you to trust the sound of His voice, even when the path is hidden. Can I receive God's peace, even if I don't yet have His plan? What if waiting in stillness is the most obedient act I can offer tonight? Have I allowed fear to speak louder than the shepherd's whisper? He leads me beside still waters and restores my soul. Psalm 23:2-3. I will not fear the terror of night. I am covered under His wings. Psalm 91 verses 4-5. The shepherd goes before me, and I follow His voice. John 10 verses 4. Before sleep, gently whisper, "God, I surrender the need to know. I receive the peace of being led." Write it down, tuck it beneath your pillow, then share it with someone else who stands at a crossroads. Let stillness ripple outward like a sacred echo. You don't need thunder to know He's here. You don't need fire to prove He cares. The shepherd's whisper is enough. This stillness is not empty, it is holy. And you, beloved, are right where grace intended, sheltered, known, and gently led into rest. Sleep now. The voice you seek will rise with the dawn. Tonight you've come to the edge of yourself, not in failure, but in surrender. You've prayed, journaled, fasted, and asked again and again, "God, what do you want me to do?" And now in the quiet, the answer doesn't thunder, it steadies. Psalm 23 says, "He leadeth me in paths of righteousness." That path isn't always marked with signs and flashing lights. Sometimes it unfolds only when you step forward, not because you know the outcome, but because you trust the one who's guiding. That is the deeper invitation of faith. Not certainty, but communion. Not clarity, but closeness. You are not waiting on a map. You are walking with the shepherd. Heaven is not silent in your stillness. Psalm 91:11 promises, "He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways." That includes the ways you haven't chosen yet, the ones that feel uncertain. You are not alone in the space between what was and what's next. You are protected, surrounded, kept. Night prayer is not about unlocking every answer, but about opening your hands and releasing the pressure to get it all right. In this moment, God is less concerned with your perfect decision than He is with your peaceful heart. Surrendering the need to control the outcome is not weakness, it's worship. Jakes reminds us that sometimes God removes the idol of clarity so we'll return to the altar of presence. If you feel paused, it may be that He's adjusting your hearing. His whisper is not far, it's near enough to settle you. John 10:4 says the sheep follow Him, for they know His voice. That voice isn't always a sentence, it's sometimes the peace that comes when you stop striving. Inhale slowly. You go before me. Exhale. I follow your peace. Let that rhythm replace your panic. Let the fear of failure fall away like autumn leaves. The God who redeems is not tallying your choices. He's shaping your trust. Pope Leo XIV said, "When the soul stops performing and begins abiding, heaven speaks clearly. This is your moment to abide, to let stillness become sacred." Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that when your body is at rest, your spirit hears more clearly. You are not just making a decision, you are becoming a person who chooses from peace, and that becoming is more important than the answer. Under the covering of Psalm 91, your discernment is being sharpened, your faith is being formed. This quiet is not delay, it's preparation. You're not stuck. You're being strengthened to hear Him, not just for tonight, but for the journey ahead. Lisa Bouvier reminds us that discernment grows in the soil of surrender. So let tonight be your hidden garden. No pressure to produce, no urgency to plan. Just presence, just peace. Sleep isn't avoidance. It's agreement with God's rhythm. Trust that the same whisper guiding you now will still be waiting when you wake. Maybe clearer, maybe quieter, but always faithful. You don't need to have the full answer to be held by the one who does. Tonight, your obedience might simply be to rest, and that is enough. Am I seeking clarity more than I'm seeking the shepherd's presence? Can I rest in the fact that God is already working in the silence? What would happen if I trusted that peace is a valid form of guidance? He leads me in righteousness even when I don't understand. Psalm 23:3. His angels guard all my ways, even my waiting. Psalm 91:11. I follow His whisper, not pressure. John 10:4. Before sleep, gently whisper, "Lord, I release the fear of missing you. I trust your presence more than I trust my plan." Write it down and tuck it under your pillow. Then send this prayer to someone else who's tired of overthinking. Let stillness multiply. Now close your eyes. The shepherd is already ahead. The still waters are close. The whisper you've been chasing has settled inside you. Where His voice is, failure cannot remain. Only faithful next steps. Rest now. You are led. You've tried to quiet your mind, but the questions circle like restless birds. Should I wait or act? Say yes or no? These aren't just decisions. They feel like hinges on which your future swings. And the fear of missing God's will weighs heavy, pressing against your chest like a burden you were never meant to carry. But hear this now. God is not playing hide and seek with your heart. He's not withholding clarity to test your strength. He is leading you, even when that leading looks like stillness. Psalm 23 says, "He leadeth me in paths of righteousness." That means even the steps you can't explain are still wrapped in His care. You're not lost. You're not late. You're under careful construction. What feels like pause may be preparation. What seems like silence may be sacred shaping. There is a shepherd ahead of you, and He's guiding you not with answers, but with presence. Let Psalm 91 wrap around your soul tonight. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. Trust, not clarity, is the word of the evening, not certainty, not a sign, not a plan. Trust. Those wings aren't just for shelter, they steer. To be covered doesn't mean you're stuck, it means you're safe. You can rest, not because you've figured it all out, but because the one who holds the future has never let go of you. Even your indecision is under His wing. Even your hesitation is holy. He's not giving you a checklist. He's giving you a quiet invitation. Be still, breathe deep, come close. You're not behind. You're being held. The shepherd doesn't need your perfect understanding. He desires your present trust. And He's right here, even now. Lisa Bouvier says that peace is not the result of clarity. It's the compass that leads us there. If a thought tightens your chest, step back. If it settles your spirit, lean in. But whatever you do, stay near to the shepherd. John 10:4 says, "The sheep follow Him, for they know His voice." You don't have to decipher every option. You simply need to recognize peace when it whispers. This moment is not about mapping your next 5 moves. It's about positioning your heart, resting your soul, letting your spirit breathe again. Tonight, you don't have to know. You only have to stay close. Clarity may come later, but peace is already here. T.D. Jakes once said, "Sometimes the next move is to be still long enough to hear your own faith speak." That's what this night is for. Not pushing forward, not overthinking, just stillness. Let the word of God sink deeper than your swirling thoughts. Let the shepherd's voice grow louder than your doubt. You are not overlooked in this uncertainty. You are being formed by it. This is how God trains his most discerning servants, not through speed, but through surrender. This is how pastors train their most discerning servants, not through speed, but through surrender. Not with certainty, but with slow trust. You don't have to rush. You have to rest. That's how faith is forged in the quiet. Pope Leo XII wrote, "Heaven's path demands humility, not haste. So humble yourself tonight, not in shame, but in reverence. God is not disappointed by your uncertainty. He is near to the soul that seeks him, even with trembling hands." Christian meditation doesn't ask you to empty your mind. It invites you to fill your heart with truth, and yours is already reaching for him. So breathe with intention now. Inhale, you lead me. Exhale, I trust your whisper. Again, let those words soften your jaw, calm your shoulders, ease the weight of needing to choose. You don't have to decide tonight. You only need to dwell. Psalm 23 is your path. Psalm 91 is your covering. They are not just scriptures. They are strategies. Let them carry you now. Before you close your eyes, whisper this aloud. God, I surrender this decision. I release my timeline. I receive your peace. Write it down and place it where morning can find it again. Then think of someone else carrying this same weight. Send this prayer their way. Let your stillness become a refuge for another weary soul. You are not failing because you don't have all the answers. You are being led in the most sacred way possible, by trust, not certainty. The shepherd is already ahead of you. His whisper is near, and your soul, right now, is exactly where it belongs. Still, soft, and surrendered. Sleep peacefully. The whisper will rise when it's time. The night is heavy with questions that won't sit still. You've sought counsel, journaled, prayed, reread the same scriptures, and still you whisper, God, please speak, just tell me what to do. But what if he already is? Not in thunder or signs, but in the hush that holds you now. Psalm 23 doesn't promise the shepherd will explain every turn. It promises he walks with you. Yea, though I walk through the valley, not run, not scramble, not figure it out. Walk, slow, steady, covered. You are not behind. You are not late. You are moving at the speed of God's peace. Even the longing for his voice proves he is near, for the shepherd never abandons a heart that wants him. His silence is not absence. It is shelter. It is shaping. And maybe, just maybe, it is strategy. This is why the quiet matters. Night strips away the world's noise until only the whisper remains. Psalm 91 promises you shall not be afraid of the terror by night. But not all terror is catastrophe. Sometimes it's confusion, indecision, the pressure to act when you're not sure how. But God is not pressure. He is peace. He is feathers and stillness. He is the voice that says, be still and know, not know the outcome, not know the timeline, know him. And knowing him will always be enough. You are not failing by not having clarity. You are being formed in the space where trust is growing roots. Deep, quiet roots that will hold you when the wind rises. Lisa Bevere often says, trust doesn't begin when the answers come. It begins when we stop demanding them. That's what you're doing now, laying down the pressure to know and picking up the peace to stay. Not because everything is resolved, but because your spirit has resolved to rest. John 10:4 reminds us his sheep follow him, for they know his voice. You don't have to map every option. You don't need to chase every sign. You only need to stay close enough to recognize peace when it whispers. That's your compass tonight. Not clarity, closeness. Not instruction, intimacy. The shepherd's voice always leads gently, never by force. And when it's time to move, you'll know. But tonight is for soaking, not striving. E.D. Jakes once said that obedience isn't the absence of confusion, it's the presence of surrender. That's what you're practicing now. Surrender that doesn't collapse, but rests. Strength that doesn't push, but yields. Pope Leo Capiter wrote, "The soul that chooses quiet over clarity chooses heaven's rhythm, and heaven's rhythm is unhurried, but always right on time." So let your body join that rhythm. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let your breathing deepen into something sacred. Your pulse is not racing toward an answer. It is resting in God's nearness. That is the holiest thing you can do tonight. Dr. Anita Phillips reminds us that emotional clarity follows spiritual stillness. If your heart feels tangled, don't rush to untie it. Just breathe. Let the knots come undone in the presence of a God who isn't asking you to perform, only to stay. And staying is worship. Staying is holy. This is not passivity. This is positioning. Even Jesus withdrew to lonely places to hear the Father clearly. So if you feel tucked away in stillness tonight, you're in sacred company. Nothing is wrong. In fact, everything is being made right. Quietly, gently, eternally. Inhale, I don't need to know. Exhale, I only need to be near you. Let this become your lullaby. Repeat it until your breath slows, your mind softens, and your spirit finds its home again. Psalm 23 is your path. Psalm 91 is your covering. Together they are the map and the shelter, the whisper and the refuge, the valley and the wings. Let them hold you now. You don't need to solve anything tonight. You only need to rest in the truth that you are seen, shielded, and slowly being shown the way. The shepherd is not far off. His whisper is already speaking beneath the noise, beneath the fear, beneath the pressure to decide. And when it matters most, that whisper will rise clear and unmistakable. But tonight, it simply says, you're safe. Stay close. Rest now, beloved. The night stretches long when your heart is tired of waiting. You've done all the right things, prayed, sought counsel, asked God to open or close doors, and still the answer hasn't come the way you hoped. There's a certain ache that forms when obedience feels like standing still. But beloved, tonight God's message is this: stillness is not inaction, it is alignment. Psalm 23 cradles you in its promise. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness. Restoration first, direction next. You are not lost. You are not late. You are not lacking. You are being restored, slowly and surely, as the path unfolds one quiet breath at a time. Heaven's guidance is rarely loud. It is gentle, timed, deliberate. What feels like delay is often God's rhythm, unseen but never offbeat. You're not waiting in vain. You're being aligned with something deeper, truer, and wiser than your own urgency. You want to be faithful. You want to get it right. And God honors that desire. But He's not calling you to strain. He's calling you to stay. Psalm 91 reminds you, He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. That includes your waiting, your indecision, your long silent prayers whispered through tears. You are kept. You are seen. The shepherd hasn't stepped away. He has drawn closer in the quiet, close enough for whisper, and that whisper, soft as it may be, is enough to lead you. Lisa Bevere teaches that discernment isn't born in clarity, but in calm. This night becomes an altar of trust, not striving, not panic, just presence. You don't need more signs, you need more stillness. And in that stillness, direction doesn't just appear, it rises from the deep, steady and sure. John 10:4 offers this quiet assurance: the sheep follow Him, for they know His voice. You don't have to chase the shepherd. You only need to stay near. His voice does not sound like pressure. It sounds like peace, and if peace hasn't come yet, the answer isn't ready. But your heart can rest even when your mind wants to race. T.D. Jakes once said, "God's silence is never absence, it's preparation." What if this season isn't about figuring things out, but about becoming the kind of person who can walk boldly when the way is finally clear? You are not being punished. You are being prepared. The delay is not denial. It's divine protection, keeping you from rushing ahead when what you need is to be still and know. Pope Leo the Caterina once wrote, "Delay is the mercy that guards discernment from pride." You're not being overlooked. You're being sheltered from haste, from missteps, from decisions born of fear rather than faith. And that shelter is shaping you. Dr. Anita Phillips reminds us that God prioritizes your peace over your performance. You are not on trial. You are on a journey, and journeys take time. So breathe now. Inhale, God leads me. Exhale, I rest in His pace. Do it again. Let those words unclench the grip of control. Let peace return where pressure once ruled. You don't need to know everything. You only need to know He's near. This is your prayer tonight, not one of striving, but of surrender. Lay your decisions at the foot of the cross. Let the weight of uncertainty roll off your shoulders. Let Psalm 91's wings spread gently over your stillness. You are not drifting. You are being led. Gently, lovingly, perfectly. The shepherd knows exactly where you are, even when you don't. And when the time comes, His whisper will no longer sound like mystery. It will sound like movement. But until then, rest, sleep deeply, trust fully. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are being beautifully, slowly, divinely led. You're here again, between what was and what will be. The space where decisions linger and direction feels blurry. But God is not asking you to perform under pressure. He's asking you to rest under promise. Psalm 91 offers that promise like a covering. He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. That trust is not the result of knowing. It's the soil where knowing grows. You don't need full clarity to rest. You need refuge. Refuge first, then revelation. Psalm 23 whispers, He leadeth me. Not sometimes, always, even here, even now. You may feel stuck, but you are not. You are still, and stillness is a sacred strategy. John 10:4 reminds you, He goes before them, and the sheep follow Him, for they know His voice. What if the ache you feel isn't confusion, but calling? What if this isn't the absence of God, but the nearness of His whisper, asking you to quiet down enough to hear? T.D. Jakes reminds us that God trains our ears in dry seasons, so we'll recognize His voice in the flood. This is not punishment. It's preparation. You're being formed, not forgotten. The roots are growing deeper while the branches wait. You're becoming someone who doesn't chase outcomes, but clings to presence. That is strength. That is maturity. That is faith. Pope Leo Captorius once said, "Where clarity is withheld, character is built." The silence is not empty. It's filled with divine construction. Delay is not a void. It's design. Each breath that confesses, "I trust you here," becomes an act of worship. You're not behind. You're becoming. You're not immobile. You're being made ready. Tonight's prayer is not a plea for answers. It's a posture of surrender, a heart that leans into trust even when the map is missing. Trust is not passive. It's the strongest thing you can do in a fog. It anchors you to the one who sees when you cannot. So breathe with intention. Inhale, you lead me. Exhale, I rest in you. Again, let this rhythm hush the noise. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that when we sleep in peace, we declare to our bodies and our spirits that we are safe. And when we are safe, we can discern. We don't discern well when we're anxious. We discern best when we're anchored. Let this rest become your revelation. You don't need to wait for a dream or a sign to confirm that you're loved and led. Your very breath is the confirmation. The shepherd's presence is not a future event, it's a current reality. He is not waiting for you at the destination. He is beside you in the stillness, in the silence, in the pause, that whisper you crave. It will come, not in a rush, but in reverence. And when it does, your heart will be ready, not desperate, prepared, not panicked. Rest, beloved. You are not wandering. You are being led. Am I willing to release my demand for answers and receive peace instead? What might change in me if I believed God is guiding even when I feel stuck? Can I let stillness be a form of obedience? I am protected and guided by God's wings. Psalm 91 verses 4 through 5. He leads me beside still waters and restores my soul. Psalm 23 verses 2 through 4. Before you sleep, say aloud, God, I choose stillness over striving. I trust you more than I trust my timing. Write it down and share this prayer with someone wrestling in the weight. Let peace ripple outward. Now close your eyes. Release the weight of needing to understand. The shepherd walks with you, not ahead of you. In this sacred quiet, his whisper will rise again. Sleep, beloved. You are led and you are loved. There is a quiet miracle that happens when you stop demanding answers and start embracing the presence of God. Tonight is that miracle. The room is dark, the world is hushed, and your soul, though weary, still reaches for him. You've prayed for signs, you've asked for direction, but what if God is responding not with explanation, but with invitation? Be still and know. Psalm 23 soothes your heart. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. Restoration first, then revelation. The shepherd rarely hands you a map. Instead, he offers peace, and in receiving that peace, your next step begins to shine, not through sight, but through surrender. This night isn't about decoding the journey. It's about dwelling in the presence of the guide. God is not far off, he is near, and his nearness is the answer your heart didn't know it needed. You don't need to strive, you just need to stay close. Psalm 91 covers your fear with comfort. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night. That terror shows up in spiraling thoughts, anxious delays, and the weight of wondering if you've missed his will. But you are not lost. You are led by the one who never missteps. His message is not, do more, but come near. Jakes reminds us that reaching the end of understanding is not failure, it's the gateway to real trust. You're standing at that sacred threshold now. This stillness isn't the absence of progress, it's the presence of God. Whisper, yes, Lord, I trust you, and know that heaven hears it louder than your loudest plans. Pope Leo XV said, the voice of God becomes clearest when the soul no longer insists on clarity. Let go now, not of hope, but of the pressure to control. Let go of the urge to impress. God is not asking for performance, he's offering proximity. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that when our bodies rest, our spirits awaken. Discernment doesn't come from panic, it grows in peace. That's why Christian meditation matters. It's not a ritual, it's a posture. So let your bed become green pasture. Let your breath become still waters. Let your heartbeat echo the shepherd's voice. You are safe here. I've got you. Just follow me. Inhale, you lead me. Exhale, I will not fear again. Let this rhythm quiet the world and tune your heart to heaven. You are not floating in the unknown. You are grounded in the shadow of the Almighty. This waiting isn't empty, it's holy. When dawn breaks, you won't rise in anxiety, but in alignment, not from your own effort, but from God's timing. What am I afraid will happen if I stop trying to control the outcome? Have I mistaken stillness for weakness? Could peace itself be God's clearest word tonight? I rest under his wings and do not fear the unknown. Psalm 91, 4-5. He restores me before he redirects me. Psalm 23:3. His whisper is my compass. John 10:4. Before sleep takes over, whisper aloud. I surrender the fear of missing you. I trust the whisper. I receive your peace. Write it down. Then think of someone else caught between decisions. Send them this prayer. Let peace spread. Now close your eyes. The shepherd is not waiting at the end. He's here beside you. His whisper is steady. From this sacred stillness, your next step will rise. Rest now, beloved. You are led. You are loved. You are home in his presence. You're home in your mind. You are home in his... You've whispered, God, I just don't want to miss you. That whisper carries more faith than fear. It isn't doubt, it's desire. A sacred longing to stay near the shepherd who knows your end from the beginning. And tonight, that longing is not met with silence or distance. It's met with reassurance. Psalm 91 promises, He shall give His angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. That means every path, even the one you haven't chosen yet, is under divine protection. You're not being kept because you have it all figured out. You're being kept because you belong. You are not wandering, you are watched over. The shepherd is near, and that nearness is your direction. The fear of missing God is often proof that you haven't. You're listening, you're longing, and that is enough. This night is not about clarity, it's about communion. Let peace quiet your questions, let rest restore your rhythm. You are being guided, not by signs, but by His steady, loving presence. Psalm 23 breathes gently. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. Restoration before direction. The shepherd tends to the heart before he maps the path. You don't have to force the breakthrough or figure out every step. Stillness is not stagnation. It's sacred alignment. This is the posture of trust. Not rushing, not striving, but receiving. God's whisper does not compete with the noise of the world. It waits for your surrender, and in that surrender, discernment awakens. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that what feels like spiritual confusion is often emotional fatigue. If you're weary tonight, it doesn't mean you're off course. It means you've been listening with your whole heart. Now let your spirit breathe. Lay down urgency. Lay down control. Let God carry what you were never meant to hold. The shepherd restores as you rest. He's leading even when you don't feel movement. The whisper is not instruction, it's invitation. And your stillness is the doorway to deeper knowing. John 10:4 says, His sheep follow Him, for they know His voice. They don't follow perfectly, they follow closely. And closeness is your strength tonight. You may not have answers, but you have access. So breathe slow. Inhale, you lead me. Exhale, I will not fear. Again. Let your breath mark the rhythm of your trust. You don't have to perform your way into God's will. You don't have to strain to hear Him. The shepherd leads gently, and when it's time to move, your feet will know. T.D. Jakes reminds us that the greatest breakthrough often comes not from doing, but from releasing. Release the fear of delay. Release the pressure to understand. Pope Leo V said, A peaceful heart is more discerning than a restless mind. Peace is not a luxury, it's a language. And tonight, that language is speaking clearly. Lisa Bevere encourages us to remember that silence doesn't mean absence. Sometimes, silence is God drawing you deeper. You are not stuck. You're standing in sacred stillness where direction is born not from striving, but from surrender. Am I placing more value on answers than on abiding in God's presence? Can I trust that my desire to follow is already pleasing to God? What would shift if I believed the shepherd is guiding me even now? God's angels guard my steps, even when I don't see them. Psalm 91:11. He restores my soul and leads me with peace. Psalm 23:23. I follow His whisper, not the world's urgency. John 10 verse 4. Before closing your eyes, speak this aloud. I may not see the path, but I trust the one who leads. I surrender. I receive your whisper. Write it down. Then think of someone else who's weary from waiting. Send them this night prayer. Let surrender spread peace. Rest now, not because the decision is clear, but because the shepherd is near. His whisper is steady. His presence is enough. And your next step will rise from this holy stillness. Sleep now, beloved. You are safe. You are led. You are home. You've been holding on so tightly, gripping your questions, your options, your hopes, as if clarity depended on your strength. But beloved, God never asked you to carry certainty. He only asked you to carry trust. And tonight, trust looks like loosening your grip. Psalm 91 whispers, He shall cover thee with His feathers, and under His wings shalt thou trust. Not beyond the confusion, not after the breakthrough, but here, in this very moment. Refuge is not something you find after you figure it all out. Refuge is who He is, right now, in the stillness. You are not required to map the path, only to rest in the presence of the one who already knows it. This is not weakness. This is worship. You might fear that if you pause, you'll fall behind, that slowing down means you've lost momentum. But Psalm 23 rewrites that fear. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. Still waters do what striving never can. They restore. The shepherd is not measuring your faith by how fast you move, but by how willing you are to rest. You are not retreating, you are realigning. This is not idleness, it's intimacy. John 10:4 reminds you, the sheep follow him, for they know his voice. Not because they planned perfectly, but because they stayed close. The whisper doesn't shout for attention, it waits to be welcomed. And you, beloved, are welcoming it now. Lisa Bevere reminds us that if we chase the what, we'll miss the who. You may not know what to do next, but you know who walks ahead of you. And that's more than enough. The shepherd leads not only with direction, but with presence. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that restoration is the soil where discernment grows. And right now, restoration is happening in the quiet places of your soul. Let your breath return to rhythm. Let your thoughts settle like dust beneath still waters. You are not falling apart. You are falling into grace. Grace that quiets, guides, and heals. D.D. Jakes says, the silence of God is not absence, it's artistry. Pope Leo Capitoris echoes, the path of the whisper is paved with peace. Peace is not the reward for having the answers. It's the evidence that God is near. Pressure breaks, but peace builds. So inhale, you're leading me. Exhale, I release the rush. Again, let this rhythm become your nighttime liturgy. You are not being punished by delay. You are being prepared by design. When the moment comes, you'll recognize it, not because it demands your attention, but because it carries the same peace you're cultivating here. What fear fades when I release the urgency for answers? How would my days change if I believed God's pace protects me? Can I accept peace as the true mark of His leading? Angels guard every path I walk, even the waiting ones. Psalm 91:111. Still waters restore me, green pastures reassure me. Psalm 23:2-3. I follow a whisper, not the world's urgency. John 10:4. Whisper before sleep. Father, I surrender my timeline. I receive your peace. Lead me at your pace. Write it where morning eyes can see it. Then, offer this same peace to someone carrying what you've been learning to lay down. Let stillness multiply. Now rest, not because the map is clear, but because the shepherd is close. His whisper is steady, his timing is flawless. His wings are wide. Sleep, beloved, kept, covered, and quietly led. You've spent days, maybe weeks, caught in the tension between action and hesitation. Every option feels weighty, every silence from heaven louder than the last. And yet, here you are, seeking God in the stillness again. That alone is holy. The shepherd's voice isn't buried in blueprints or breakthroughs. It's hidden in peace. Psalm 23 says, "He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness," not with force, not with fear, but with quiet faithfulness. If the path feels unclear, it doesn't mean you've failed. It may mean he's asking you to slow down until his whisper becomes unmistakable. And that whisper, it doesn't shout. It stays near enough to find and rest. You're not behind. You're not forgotten. You're simply being drawn into deeper trust. The shepherd's way isn't always fast, but it's always faithful. Your longing not to miss him is already proof that you haven't. Even now, his presence hovers over the hush of your questions, ready to lead you with peace instead of pressure. Psalm 91 gently calls, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust." Under, not beyond, not after clarity, but here, beneath, within, and surrounded by grace. Covered doesn't mean passive, it means protected. It means that while the world demands certainty, your soul can rest in communion. Decisions can wait, presence cannot. The whisper is not hiding from you, it's hidden for you, found in sacred stillness. D.D. Jakes reminds us, don't confuse God's silence with his absence. Tonight, silence is not a punishment, it's the artistry of divine timing. Pope Leo XIV adds, "The soul that abides in peace will be guided by grace, so let peace lead, not pressure." If an opportunity demands your peace, it's not yours. If it deepens your rest, follow it. This is not avoidance, it's alignment. The shepherd knows when your soul needs restoration more than resolution, and he leads accordingly. Dr. Anita Phillips teaches that emotional urgency often disguises itself as discernment, but sometimes the rush isn't spiritual, it's fear in costume. So pause and ask, am I afraid of missing God or afraid of not being in control? There's a difference. One draws you close, the other keeps you spiraling. And tonight, God invites you out of the spiral, not by forcing clarity, but by forming trust. He's not waiting for you to solve the mystery. He's waiting for you to surrender the timeline. Lisa Bevere reminds us that we don't grow discernment by moving faster, we grow it by resting deeper. This night, your stillness is not failure, it's formation. You're not late, you're aligned. This is sacred ground, right here where you stop striving and start surrendering. Let every exhale loosen your grip. Let every inhale pull in peace. You are not weak for waiting. You are wise for listening. Christian meditation for sleep is not a detour. It's the altar where confusion bows to peace. It says, "God, you are still God when I don't know what to do." That confession is a victory. That stillness is the evidence of faith. Inhale, you are my shepherd. Exhale, I will not fear again. Let that rhythm wrap around your restless thoughts. You don't need the entire map to move forward. You only need to be near the guide. John 10:4 promises, "The sheep follow him, for they know his voice." Not because they've planned well, but because they've stayed close. That's your call tonight, to stop performing for answers and start abiding in presence. You are not being punished by delay. You are being prepared in love. Your next step isn't something you have to chase. It's something you'll recognize by the peace it carries. And until then, you rest, deeply, freely, safely. Am I willing to believe that not knowing is still part of being led? What would it feel like to let peace, not pressure, be my guidepost? Can I stop performing for answers and start abiding in presence? I rest under his wings. I will not fear the unknown. Psalm 91, verses 4 through 5. He leads me with care and restores my soul. Psalm 23, verse 3. His voice is familiar and gentle, and I will follow. John chapter 10, verse 4. Before your eyes close, speak this aloud. Lord, I surrender the pressure to decide. I receive your stillness. I trust that you're guiding me even now. Write it down and place it where morning eyes can see. Then pass this prayer to someone who's pacing their own hallway of hesitation. Let peace multiply. Now let go. You are not required to be in control. You are required to be close. The shepherd is here. The whisper is near, and your next step is already waiting on the other side of this sleep. Rest now, beloved. You are led. You are loved. You are safe. There's a holy hush that settles in when striving ceases, not because everything is clear, but because you finally trust the one who sees it all. Tonight is that hush. You've thought, prayed, asked, and still the question lingers. God, what do you want me to do? But maybe the real invitation isn't about direction. It's about deepening. Maybe you don't need to move forward, but downward, into trust, into quiet, into peace that holds steady even when answers don't arrive. To trust to others, consult by a bulletin board. Help. Psalm 23 reminds you, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me. Not anxiety, not confusion, but goodness, mercy. Even here in the unknowing, they trail behind you like gray-shaped shadows. You haven't missed him. You're being held by him. Psalm 91 wraps around your night like a soft blanket. He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. That's not poetic theory, it's present reality. You are covered, not because you figured everything out, but because he already has. There's no pressure to rush, no shame in waiting. The shepherd is never late, and you are not behind. His pace isn't slow, it's protective. Sometimes the most obedient thing you can do is rest. So breathe. You've done enough today. Now surrender to the quiet rhythm of grace. John 10:4 leads you home. The sheep follow him, for they know his voice. You were made to hear him, not by striving, but by staying close. That peace you feel when a thought aligns with calm, that's him. That inner stillness when fear subsides, that's his whisper. He hasn't gone silent to hide from you. He's drawing you nearer into the kind of closeness where silence becomes sanctuary. Sometimes answers don't come because God wants your attention more than your action. Let tonight be that turning point where questions fade and presence deepens. D.D. Jakes said, God won't always give you the details, but he will give you the direction. And sometimes that direction sounds like, be still. I've already gone ahead. So instead of begging for blueprints, thank him for footprints you can't yet see. Pope Leo Capitosus once wrote, where fear demands certainty, faith invites surrender. Let that truth be your lullaby. You are not being punished by delay, you are being positioned by design. Your surrender is not weakness, it is worship. Lisa Bevere teaches that when you rest, you prophesy peace over your future. So do that now, not with volume, but with vulnerability. Whisper, God, I may not know what's next, but I know you. Dr. Anita Phillips reminds us that the soul often hears God before the mind understands. That's why this sacred night meditation isn't a mental checklist, it's a soul exhale. And when you exhale, the whisper grows clearer. The shepherd's nearness replaces your need for certainty. Inhale, you are near. Exhale, I will not fear. Let that become your heartbeat prayer, not to force answers, but to find peace in presence. You don't need to plan your way forward tonight. You only need to be still enough to feel how deeply you're held. The shepherd's voice doesn't shout over chaos. It waits in quiet trust. Let that be enough. What if not knowing is the exact place where trust begins to grow? Can I allow stillness to be obedience tonight, even without clarity? Am I willing to believe the shepherd's whisper is already guiding me? I rest beneath his wings and trust without fear. Psalm 91 verses 4 through 5. He restores my soul and mercy follows me. Psalm 23 verse 36. His voice is gentle, familiar, and I will follow. John chapter 10, verse 4. Whisper this aloud before sleep. Father, I release control. I trust your whisper. I rest under your wings. Let that be your seal of surrender. Write it in your journal if it helps anchor your heart. Then pass it on. Share that prayer with someone else waiting in the quiet. Let your stillness speak peace into someone else's storm. Now sleep. Not to avoid the unknown, but to obey the call of rest. The shepherd is still speaking. The whisper is still present. You are not behind. You are not alone. And while you rest, the next step is being prepared. Sleep, beloved. You are led. You are loved. You are safe.